I want to talk about some individual performances, though. It doesn't matter the team they're on. They can be on the worst team in basketball. They could be on the best team in basketball. Players that have really impressed you to start this season and maybe even trending into last year, too. Just guys that you think are on the rise. Let's start with you, Kenny. Cedric Coward, the first name up from Memphis. You really like his game.
I do, dude. How can you not? Have you seen the numbers he's been putting up in Memphis? It's crazy. Let me just rip off some of these for you real quick. Remember, 11th overall pick from this year's draft. 16 points a game. 69% shooting. 64% from three. Again, granted, 4 games into the season. And it's a pretty low volume. He's only shooting like 3.5 per game. An effective field goal percentage of 83%. And he's getting involved in other ways too. 4 boards a game, 3 assists a game, 1.3 steals. The guy does a little bit of everything. And I don't know if you've ever watched him, the highlights. The shot is so pretty. Like, you watch certain guys just like, God, that form is clean. Like, kind of like, I think about Golden State. He's not there anymore, but Klay Thompson. Like, that's one of my favorite forms. Like, it's just, that is the dictionary definition of a good shooting form. I love how Cedric Coward shoots it. I think the Grizzlies got another, it's not a late round pick, but it's, late lottery pick. They got another gem there.
And they weren't supposed to pick in the lottery. It was supposed to be Portland, man. And they traded that pick to move up to 11 and traded 16. Portland ends up taking Young Hansen, who, again, Chinese Jokic. A lot of people like him a lot, but he's not cool Cedric Coward good already, man. I mean, Coward, he's legit, man. He's the antithesis of a coward, right? He's fearless out there. He's got big shoulders. He's smooth for his size. Some people are saying he's got a little Kawhi in him.
Ooh, I could see that. What's crazy is so I grew up a Duke fan. He was supposed to go to Duke. He was a Washington State transfer originally, committed to transfer to Duke. And then I don't know if he hired an agent or whatever happened, but obviously he got some good intel and they're like, yo, you should put your name in the draft. And then his name just skyrocketed on the draft boards. And obviously you can see why. The kid can ball.
Yeah, I mean, if he can keep a consistent 3 at the NBA level, then there's no reason why he's not going to be great. He's already really good defensively. He's smooth. There was a play against the Pacers where he went coast to coast, got the board, took it up the floor, kind of backed his way down on Jarris Walker, who's not a tiny dude.
That's a big dude. Yeah.
Yeah, made him look small. And then had a crafty reverse layup opposite side where it's just he just showed you everything that makes a 2-way 3-level scorer, dynamite type of talent to where you watch him play and you're like, I don't know what if it's not the 3 ball, then I don't know what the weakness in his game is going to be. Seems like he's a good decision maker in transition. Has some 0.4 in him. So I think Memphis really got a steal. The other one that you wanted to go with was Deni Avdija, who was originally drafted by Washington, and they did not get a steal because he really didn't develop in Washington. Here he is in year 5 or 6, turning into just a Swiss Army knife that's really good at everything.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Also, what was funny was I was looking up just some background info on him on Wikipedia. His nickname is Turbo.
Yeah, he's got a quick first step, man.
Really? Okay, I'd never heard that before. That is hilarious. Yeah, dude, I would say right now probably first in the running for most improved. I don't know who else would be in that conversation with him, but he's first in my ballot right now.
I mean,
23 points a game, shooting 48% from the floor.
Yeah.
High 40s from 3. Dude's been balling, and the Blazers just look solid. They're 2-2, and that's despite them obviously going through all this crazy off-court drama with Chauncey Billups and everything. Yeah, he's basically their offensive engine right now. Obviously they traded away Anthony Simons, and they brought back Drew Holiday, but Drew Holiday's a little older now, and you got Shaedon Sharpe, you got some other pieces there, but it's the Deni Avdija show, and I got to be honest. I'm watching. It's a fun show to watch.
Yeah, Shaedon Sharpe's really fun too. But Avdija, like I said, he's got that super quick first step. He's super good in isolation. If he doesn't get downhill, he can kind of back his way into some smaller guards and then hit that little spin and float game, 3-point shots going down. I would say the nitpicks would be defense as a whole. And then but he's around, such scrappy dudes and quick guards and long forwards. And you kind of mesh him in there and he doesn't get cook too much.
You can hide him a little bit defensively.
You can't hide him offensively though when he's turning it over.
No.
That's the big part of his game that it can get a little out of control. 5-6 in a given night. He's averaging like 3.5 right now, but he cleans that up. He's going to be awesome. He's just gotten so much better in the last few seasons. My dudes that I want to get into, I don't know how much you watch them play because they're in markets that, one of them big market in Washington, but you're not watching much Wizards on League Pass. But it's the Georges. It's Keyonte and it's Kyshawn.
Yeah,
you may get them confused if you don't watch too much NBA. But I mean, they're completely different players. But in a sense, they're just kind of. They can ball, man. Like Kyshawn George, let's start with him for the Utah Jazz. He's that 6'8" big that kind of feels like you're watching a Northern Iowa point guard. It's like 5'10" and undersized out there. Because he has that like old man's like kind of like undersized dude's game, but he's actually huge. He's 6'8". He had a huge 5'7" to 6'8" growth spurt in high school, like in a very short amount of time, put on like 66 pounds of weight. Yeah, so he's got that like small man's game in a big man's body. He's not the most athletic guy in the world, but he's long enough to where he can move defensively and he's good. And offensively, he's now knocking down threes and can post up smaller defenders and kiss it off the window. And he's just got a nice, wing forward type game with a guard's mentality that he developed from a long time ago. So got the bigger look once Kuzma was traded, maybe like a Jaden McDaniels or a Shane Battier comp, something along those lines. I like that. Moves like a Kyle Anderson, but obviously already a better offensive game than Anderson ever had. Not flashy, but super efficient. He's just old school. I like his game a lot. I don't know how much you've seen Kyshawn George play.
No, I like him. I like him as well. You know what? The other thing too is I have watched like one or two Wizards games. Not to pivot to another Wizards guy, but Alex Sarr. You seen Alex Sarr's been hooping a little bit. This is a guy who was, what was he, the second overall pick last year?
Behind Ricochet, yep.
Obviously, we knew he was a great defensive player. And he had all the intangibles, but the efficiency was atrocious. Like for a guy his size, I think he was below 50%, which is crazy. He's been hooping recently.
Yeah,
I like the piece. Him, Keyonte George, or Kyshawn George. I'm getting him and Keyonte. I'm getting the two Keyonte.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Georges. The
Georges. I'm getting the Georges mixed up, but they got something there. They're not going to compete this year. They're still going to be at the bottom of it. They'll be back in the lottery this year in the draft, but I like those pieces for Washington moving forward.
They're like a class apart too, to where I was opening up those Panini Prism Blacks looking for some Kyshawn George rookie cards, and I'd pull a sick Keyonte and I'd be like, oh, rookie Keyonte. Oh, he's not a rookie.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's Kyshawn who's the rookie. Yeah. But Keyonte George, he's still kind of an in overall. I mean, he's putting up numbers, 20 a game, but in terms of like overall, just shooting and scoring as a whole, it's not excellent. But again, he's scoring 20. He plays unreal defensively, and he's just the facilitator to the facilitator. He's the one that is the engine that makes it go, that gets the ball into Walker's hands, that gets the ball into, if it's not Walker Kessler, it's Lauri Markkanen. If it's not him, it's Kyle Filipowski. It's all these dudes that make things happen and that play make for the offense. And he's just a conductor out there. He makes all the right plays. And they benched him at one point last year for Isaiah Collier. They questioned his maturity. They questioned him in the offseason about, hey, it's time to grow up. And here we are. He's created for others. He's been scoring off, the opportunities that he gets while not being necessarily that efficient shooting the basketball. And I mean, we're reaching a point where you get these longer point guards like a Cade Cunningham, a Josh Giddey, and now you're looking at a 6'5" Keyonte George that aren't always great shooters, but that's kind of the way the game's going, right? They facilitate, they find other ways to score, and they're just good overall basketball players, and that's Keyonte George right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I would 100% agree with that. Like he's the hockey assist guy. He may not be getting the main assist, but he's the guy that sets up the assist. No, he's a terrific player. Like he was the dude that I wanted the Magic to draft a couple years ago, and they ended up taking Anthony Black and Jet Howard. And Anthony Black, a way worse shooter than Keyonte George. And Jet Howard, they just decided to decline the Magic, his fourth-year option. So it sounds like they are parting ways with him pretty soon. So Yeah, I'm very, very sad we did not get to grab him in the draft. I think he'll do well in Utah. Like you said, the efficiency, just get the numbers up a little bit. I think now, now that they still have market in, we don't know if they're going to trade him or not. I imagine they will at some point. It's kind of his show. Him and the other. There's a ton of young pieces there, but he's going to get a ton of playing time, a ton of run. He'll get a chance to work through some of those kinks and really, fine tune his game, because I think there's something there. He's one of those, obviously the efficiency is rough, but once he's on a heater, it's green light. Let that kid rip it.
If you like the association, hit that subscribe. We bring you the teams you need to hear about and the players and the performances that you should know about as well. Kenny Morales, Chuck Walter, we're out.